Instead of just being like, draw me this ridiculous thing and do it for the
exposure.
Publicity.
Yeah. It's just like, ugh.
Can you put it back?
It's that meme of, you're getting paid?
No.
That do be how it feels someday.
Yeah. Alrighty. Where is... There's the stream channel for this one. Bonk.
What? I understand why the puppo gets locked up the first few times, but it doesn't do anything the last couple of times.
I don't know.
Also, the guy in the last GIF you posted, armor.
Yep.
Like, does he have shoes on? How is he not slipping?
I have. It looks like he's got shoes on.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing those toe hugger shoes.
Just very good anti-slip shoes.
That or soccer cleats.
Yeah. I'm also really concerned that he's deciding to do that because if you watch, on his third or fourth step, I don't know exactly which one because I'm not bothering to count. You can watch a little white spot appear in the ice to show that it cracked. And I don't know if I'd be confident to continue running after that happens.
Do it for the meme.
For the vine!
For the vine! It's dead!
You should do it for the vine anyways!
Do it for the TikTok.
We don't do anything for the TikTok.
Having social media.
I don't use social media either.
You've got 10 kids and your ticks and your talks. Back in my day, the only TikTok we had was clock.
I hate clocks that tick and talk.
Back in my day, the only TikTok we had is, by the way, Al, get in the game.
Oh,
I'm waiting for you to get in the game so we can introduce each other.
I didn't do it.
sorry.
Hey,
I'm distracted by food.
Eat your snacks.
It's been giving me time to do the link bombing.
Fair enough. I was just looking down, just she is just not getting in the game.
I forgot food.
I understand food is important, but we're playing D&D. You can eat the food as we play. Just don't chew into your microphone.
I will chew the microphone.
Listen.
Please don't.
While we could definitely market that and probably make a lot of money, we're not currently filming that.
Please don't.
But that is in fact a marketable skill. However sad that fact is.
Okay, well I got all the link bombing I care to do done, so if people want to come and watch us be goofballs, they can.
Yes. Introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, hello everybody. I'm Armored Hunter, and I play Kovgum, the lizard folk that is very out of place here. This very weird place.
I actually do have character introductions, so you can just introduce yourselves right now.
Yes, okay. Well, I already did it. So, yeah.
Yes, hi everybody, I'm Danny Boop. I do the stream. I play a character in this, and I always have to have something to keep my hands busy. Today, it's crocheting a chikorita.
Nice.
Alright.
This hungry hippo is named Al. I'm also playing a character.
Did you skip Mythosia, or did I just not hear him?
No, it skipped over me. I am Mythosia. I am.
You are, therefore you is?
Yup.
Got. Good. Alright. Alright. Hello, everyone. I'm Ash, the DM. We're doing this again, folks. We're doing this again. Got to session 3. This is longer than the previous startup campaign. Let's see if we can keep it going.
Yee.
So, without further ado, I need to get a specific song for this part of the intro. I'll just play this so something changes. It's a little dramatic, honestly, but oh well.
Welcome, dear abnormals and listeners alike. It is I, your most illustrious of MCs, White Noise, here yet again to bring you yet another installment of the Ada Report. New news down that oh-so-lovely pipeline from before. We have names. Names, ladies and gentlemen, and folks of all configurations between and without. Kovgum, a somewhat brutish and endlessly curious lizardfolk tribesman from the fringes of society, dropped in the middle of a new place he's struggling to understand. Ryphon, or Cerulean, depending on how drunk you are, a tiefling father who's frankly doing his best with the hand he's been dealt in life. Alu, curious and inventive, this Vidalkin's life far from home, as far as I can tell, couldn't be happier about it. Nzari, this is one cat who hasn't let much out of the bag yet, but I'm oh so curious to see what lies behind those piercing feline eyes of his. Seems the new unit found themselves fighting alongside Ada Unit 2 last time, against Quicklings no less. Nasty beasts, indeed those are. But our lovely new fellows were able to step in and make quick work of them once Ada 2 had managed to catch them instead of a slowing barrier. Blades clashed, pavement broke, flesh was stabbed. It was a wonderful time for all involved. And they managed to get the item as well. Good for them. Let's actually catch up with them now and see what they're up to.
Alright. So we are rejoining you all more or less where we left off after you had turned in the item and started to discuss about its various magical properties. And actually find out what you'd be paid for retrieving this item. Which I'm going to roll now.
Woo.
Keeping in mind the actual tier of this item, we discover that. So this was a Stratos tier item. Which means I have to roll on this table for coinage. Alright. And something to keep in mind is the fact that for the sake of currency in this world setting, copper is considered to be what is essentially the brain is completely blanking out. This world setting is using a 100-to-1 ratio where coppers are essentially pennies, silvers are dollars, golds are bigger denomination, stuff like that.
I'm just ignoring Elysia or
Electrum.
Electrum.
Electrum exists. $50 bills exist.
Okay, so Electrums are 50s. Got it.
Yeah, they're just not super common to see.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and there are bigger they're like other median denominations depending on where you are, but those are the commonly accepted everywhere currencies.
Cool.
So for retrieving this item, each one of you have earned, splitting that between the group, each one of you would have earned 3 gold, keeping in mind that is essentially $300.
Hmm.
If any of you would like to actually raise question for that currency denotation, just because you like bigger numbers, I'm fine with that. We can change the ratios back, but that was my intention initially.
No,
No, that sounds perfectly fine.
All right. Alrighty then. This is also means some magical items are going to be rebalanced their cost, like a dagger doesn't cost a gold piece anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, actually, a good dagger would cost
yeah,
quite a bit of money, but like a
There-
potion isn't 50 gold pieces.
you can end up spending over $500 for a knife. A really good damn knife.
Really good.
Like a chef knife or like a stabby knife.
Either
Yes!
way, really.
Knife.
The answer is both yes and both.
The way you think.
You can stab someone with a chef's knife. Alright, anyways.
Okay then.
It's only cannibalism if they're your race. Still. So, picking back up where we left off. Switch over to the less tense saxophone that I do so enjoy.
The more
The
chill
sexiest
music.
adventures.
Some finger snapping tunes. Alright, so where you all left off was actually getting the components of the item read to you from off the screen. Discovering that the main components that were listed, that were anything of note, were the features of Hive Mind, Tamer, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, Breeder, and Master of the Flock.
Right, Brooder was the orgy one.
Well,
I,
you're not wrong. Breeder,
Yeah,
you had it
Brooder was the
explained to
orgy
you
one.
that no, that's not what it is. Brooder was the one that, when it was explained to you, was told it gives someone the ability to control slightly the genetic makeup of offspring, basically to force positive mutation,
so it's eugenics.
pretty much, but magical.
Magic
Magic.
eugenics. And then
It's more
And
like
then the hive mind is-
yeah. Hive mind was the personality affecting ability that made all of the followers of an entity follow it like a queen bee.
so like Scientology.
No. Well, still no, but closer than your first analogy.
Okay.
However, we don't talk about that because we don't want potential groups to get real mad at us.
we don't want to
They
summon
have-
down the wrath of L. Ron Hubbard.
Then
They
how
have more
about-
money than I will ever know in my life.
True.
Then
They also have Tom Cruise.
I would like to keep my Twitch and YouTube channel, please, and thank you.
Exactly.
weebs and their waifu.
That's accurate. Accurate.
Okay, great. The Holy Bible.
It's Al, I'm trying to run a game. That one took me
And
a
Al's
second to
trying-
process, but it was pretty good.
And Al's making a shit post, so
Don't shit post. Don't shit post on stream.
What?
Anyways. So,
how
yeah.
many qualities can we choose?
Well, this would be things to ask, like, actually in character.
Oh snap! All right, cool.
Sorry,
So
there
that's-
was one mention that wasn't mentioned before. Master of the Flock?
It was mentioned before, but due to the voice mod, it probably was not being able to be understood. I've hopefully made the voice mod a little more understandable this time.
yeah, it's more comprehensible.
Good. I played around with this thing a lot earlier, trying to make it a little bit easier to understand.
That's fair.
But it was Master of the Flock.
And what does that do?
I'm assuming you're going to be asking in-game. Because we are playing currently. Alright then. So you all already have a little bit of an understanding of what Hive Mind does. Essentially causes individuals that are aligned together in a sort of familial unit to operate under a single rule, for the most part. They still retain some amount of individuality, but it's a little weird. They retain their individuality, but they tend to stay in close-knit groups.
So in other words, the one that wears it becomes the alpha.
More or less.
Or like bees.
That is where the name comes from, yes. It's not quite the same, considering when it comes to bees, the queen has the foremost and utmost say in everything the colony does, for the most part. But it is pretty similar, and that's why we use the term. Master of the Flock is actually a pretty similar trait as well, but it's a lot more forceful. It causes a individual's followers to literally not be able to do anything that the leader tells them to do. Or anything other than what the leader tells them to do. They actually can no longer function without direct order from their queen, as it were. This is why I mentioned it's kind of odd that those two traits go together, because they're very similar but polar opposite.
And you said how many traits we could choose?
In all actuality, I can try pulling off each trait from the item. It's just with each trait I pull off, the more difficult it is to pull off the next trait. It becomes less stable.
Right, so we should choose the traits that we want least in that item.
More or less, you would choose the ones you want most, and depending on the
Okay.
order, is the order we break it down in.
Got it.
Typically, I mean, unless the item is really powerful with a huge number of traits, which this one has quite a few, but not nearly the most we've seen. I think the most we've seen to date was an item that had 13 traits on it. We learned a lot from that one.
What a lucky number.
But still, typically with items like this, we can't get more than 3 unless we're really lucky and take our time. I can say that we do have Hive Mind already isolated from another item we've picked up recently.
That's convenient.
Well,
So we can leave
I hate
that
to
one.
point this out, but we do this job all the time. We actually stay pretty busy whenever there is anomalies to be dealt with.
Yeah, I guess dry sense of humor doesn't come across. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's sorry. No, it really didn't. Not that time, at least.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm used to it.
Okay.
For a dry sense of humor to come through, sometimes you need to be a little wet.
Okay. You kept making references to orgies before, and I don't necessarily know if you're making an innuendo now.
I'm just saying things.
That's fair. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately I've actually been dealing with quite a few anomalies cropping up with hive mind attached to them recently.
That's spooky.
It's a little indicative of something we don't want to be happening, but kind of have to accept the fact that it could be.
What
An
is that?
invasion of them?
It could mean that there's a larger anomaly somewhere in the city right now, but we haven't seen or heard anything about it yet. Kind of like how Star is, a large anomaly of that level can actually create smaller anomalies that are akin to copies of it, although weaker.
So is it just dormant right now? Or is it just hiding itself?
It's hard to say. But this would make the third item we found recently that's had hive mind as its most dominant trait.
Would something like this be what is it that you said? Risen class to create such things?
No, we really hope not. Like the chief mentioned to you before, Star is a Stellos class item.
Ah. I missed that, yes.
Risen, admittedly, with this particular attachment to it, we will have to worry about Risen class. But something that's actively attempting to spread and create hordes of creatures, we have to imagine it might be trying to amass a following. I mean, it's not necessarily always the case, but you can never be too careful about these things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Actually, yeah.
He actually watches as she's explaining this. She's been writing up a report and seems to be sending it off to the rest of the branches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing is, we haven't gotten any word from the other branches of Ada about this particular occurrence, so this might just be a new local thing. Again, it's been recently this has been happening, so...
Do you mean local to the city or local to the sector?
Local to the sector. Like, just our branch of Ada has had to deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're Ada East. There's Ada North and Ada West. Yeah, neither of those two have reported anything.
So whenever we need to throw something to this Ada branch, we just go to Ada. Yes!
I don't get it.
I've heard that one before.
Excuse my infantile humor. It rubs off.
Well, at least you're energetic about this. So,
Of course.
all things considered, we're probably going to have to actually start investigating this in earnest. I know y'all knew, but are you going to want to join in on the investigation? You're able to elect to not if you don't desire to.
What would the investigation entail?
I mean, essentially doing patrols around our section of the city with your device. Hopefully it'll kick on fully soon.
Surveying. I am familiar with this. Yes.
Yeah, surveying. Trying to see if you get any more powerful pings than just what these smaller anomalies give off. Or maybe if you find one of these smaller anomalies that's just propped up out of nowhere, maybe trying to follow it back to its source.
Yeah, it would get me out of the If it means getting out of the lab and walking for a bit, I'm not opposed.
I mean, obviously, excuse me, energy drinks make you burpy. Excuse me. I'm embarrassed now. Yeah, obviously we wouldn't be starting this today. It's not so pressing that we need to immediately jump on this, but I just figured I'd extend the offer to you all since you're new and you might want to get your feet wet.
Yes, I shall survey the canals. In the rivers.
Yes. I also realized that technically last time we ended off with you guys actually going to bed, but oh well. I don't care.
I wouldn't recommend jumping into the city's rivers.
I already have.
They're kept fairly clean.
Yes, and plenty of fish.
The fish are an accident.
An accident?
Well, we do have natural waterways leading into the city. Not really supposed to have fish in them, but it's kind of hard to stop fish when you got natural water.
Plus, they're sneaky. They get where they want to go.
You ever tried to hold a live fish? They'd love to get away from you.
Yes, I normally eat them before they do.
I'm not surprised.
And I thought I liked sushi.
I think Kovgum's brand of sushi might not involve any rice and probably just involves biting the head off with his teeth.
Real, you can eat too.
The bones are quite crunchy and nice.
Yep. Alright then. Maybe I should take him out for sushi sometime. There's an actual shop not too far from here.
I keep hearing about this sushi. I am very interested in trying.
Actually,
She like looks over at a clock that's nearby.
I have this reports in a way, and it's not like we'll be able to do anything with this item tonight.
Are you suggesting a date?
I'm suggesting a little gathering. If you call this a date, my brother will probably stab you.
Group date?
That's a little better,
Nothing romantic.
obviously. I am already married, so I would prefer if it was nothing romantic.
Ever.
Alright. If y'all want to. If not, I'm not going to force you. We can try it some other time.
You are offering food. I am in.
Alright.
I just
Rest
have
of you?
I just have to check in with my sons and then my other boss and see if I'm free from there.
Oh yeah, you work at the Lucky Griffin, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I think he should be pretty understanding, at least out of any boss you could have aside from here.
Yeah, I mean, I can just give him a call, just step outside, call him, see what's going on, and then also check in with my boys.
Okay. Alright, well, if y'all want to do that, one of you, I assume, knows how to drive. We took Leon somewhere, so one of you has to know how to drive.
Just we all look / point to Ryphon.
Yes, because I unfortunately can't drive. I am too short.
I am
feel
very
attacked.
curious about this driving, but I don't. But it has been explained before that I should not yet.
Yeah, we'll get you to learn.
Will you have unsecured pass?
We could probably get you to learn one of these days, big boy.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
She like stands up. She stands up from her chair and doesn't change in height at all.
Ah,
That's when you all notice that she's probably just barely above 4 feet tall.
Oh, damn. Tiny.
Yes.
I I had friends in high school like that. I could be on my knees and I'd be eye to eye to her.
So she just like stands up and stretches her back out, and you all can hear like audible popping sounds.
Raw!
Alright then. Well, I'm gonna go tell the chief that I'm gonna wrap up for tonight, and then we can go check out that place.
Sounds good.
Good with everyone?
I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
make calls I need to.
alrighty.
She takes a little printout of the information about of the item you all got and carries it with her as she heads out of the room. She actually stops in the doorway before heading out.
Oh, and by the way, since y'all found that item, you're allowed to name it. Yeah, have fun with that.
And then she vanishes from sight.
It's just a bee bracelet. Any ideas?
None from me right now. I gotta make these calls.
Y'all can debate the name in the chat whilst Ryphon makes his calls.
Sorry.
So, who do you want to dial up first?
He would like to check in with his kids first.
Alrighty then. I must retrieve their names because they're not popping into my brain right away.
His older son's name is Darius, and his younger son's name is Sebastian.
Gotcha.
Because the way I imagine schools work in the area, Darius would have probably gotten back in from school first, so he would be calling Darius.
Alrighty. Technically, the way schools work in this is that it's all, like, each district has a singular school, and the further up in floors you go is the actual, basically, grade you're in.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I would have been getting home around the same time. Sorry.
Well, they still release at different times. It's just it's a big high-rise city. They can't have a bunch of small schools. They just have like singular high-rise schools.
Yeah.
So many children. Alrighty.
Is that disdain I hear?
That's a little. You ever see a bunch of babies?
Thankfully no.
Keep it up then. Alrighty then. Okay. Ow. I hit my knee on my desk. Alright. Also, you would note that around this time, both of them should be off school.
Yeah. It's just from
Okay.
a couple sessions before he had texted his older son to be like, hey, make sure your brother can get in the house.
Yeah. So, the phone rings a few times. Specifically, Darius's phone rings a few times before finally picks up. But you actually hear Sebastian's voice on the other side. Hi, hey, Dad. What's up?
Oh, okay. Just wanting to make sure you both got into the house okay?
Yeah, Darius is outside playing ball in the street with some other kids right now.
That would explain why he didn't answer his phone. Well, thank you for doing that, kid. Get up.
Not a problem. And you can hear the sound of him, like, moving towards, and then you can hear blinds creaking open. They're playing... looks like street hockey right now. Oh, and Darius just flipped someone into the air. Yeah, they look like they're alright, though. They're laughing.
As long as nobody's screaming and hurt, it should be fine.
They're wearing pads, so I think it'll be alright.
Alright, awesome. Look.
Everything going alright with the job?
Yeah, other than embarrassing myself for missing a firebolt.
It happens sometimes, Dad.
I know. Anyway, new coworkers are wanting to go out and do like some kind of meal, like get together thing to go over stuff. You think you and your brother will be okay for a few more hours without me?
You can hear the sounds of the blinds creaking again. Yeah, I think Darius should be keeping himself busy, and I've got some stuff to read, so I'm fine.
Okay, you want me to pick you anything up on the way back?
Where are you going to eat?
I think we're going to a sushi place.
If they do to-go sushi, could you bring me home a spicy crab roll?
Strongest spice level they got?
And beyond.
I'll see what I can do, Seb.
Thanks, Dad.
No worries.
I don't know if Darius likes sushi, and he's not big on spicy stuff.
Yeah, well, just holler at the doors. Just, I don't know, wave him over to come to the phone for a minute, I guess. I know you don't like to holler.
I'll try that. I'll text you if I can get anything back from him.
Alrighty.
Alright. Be safe, Dad.
Will do. You keep... I guess now it's you keeping an eye on your brother. If he ends up screaming and bleeding, you know what to do.
I have the med kit on the table.
And if you absolutely need to, call your grandma, okay?
I will.
Alright. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Love you, kiddo.
Love you, Dad. And just the phone clicks.
Yeah. Alright, and then he will call his boss. Well, his other boss.
Yeah.
Half-elf boss.
Actual boss.
Yeah.
The phone rings for a few seconds before it picks up on the line. Quincy here. Wanted to place an order or anything?
Hey, Quincy, it's Ryphon.
Oh, hey, Ryphon. How are things going?
Going pretty well. Seems that, we had to deal with some quicklings or something like that.
Ugh. Those aren't fun.
No, they
Gotten
aren't.
Gotten those in the tavern before. They're really annoying to catch.
I think that would have been before my time, or I wasn't on shift when that happened.
No, that was before you started working here. I had to give them the rough end of the rolling pin, if you catch my meaning.
Same for people who lift chairs when they shouldn't, huh?
You just gotta put the chair down. They never understand. They gotta put the chair down.
Yeah, but,
Well, you sound in good spirits, at least.
a little tired, but yeah, good spirits. Yeah, people here, one of the ladies here, if I caught her name right, was Krista. She's wanting to treat us all out to a meal, so I was wanting to know if you needed me tonight.
No. I expected you to be off for the rest of the night, so you're all good.
Okay, well, if that changes, if you need me to come in, just give me a call and I'll see what I can do, okay?
The bar's never really too busy unless you're standing behind it, so you're good. And even when someone is curious about something, I can keep up.
Alright, well, I'll talk to you later, and I guess if schedule change, I'll just check in where I'm supposed to for if schedules change and all that.
Of course. Hey, and Ryphon,
Mhm.
don't worry too much. I'm the one who suggested you check that place out. Don't get too concerned if it ends up taking up more of your time.
I'm a dad of 2 teenage boys. It's in my nature to worry at this point.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, then. I gotta get off the phone, because speaking of chairs...
Alright, you go take care of
Yeah.
that. I'll talk to you later.
You hear a commotion on the other line before the phone cuts off. You could almost hear the rolling pin coming out. Alrighty then. I like the fact that you were actually talking about it. Alright. So, Ryfon, you come back to the rest of your group, currently in discussion for what to call the item.
So I'm at least free for the next couple hours.
Sick. Everything good then?
Yeah, just gotta remember to pick up something for my kid while we're there. Well, my younger one. Don't know if the older one wants anything yet.
Pretty sure you're teenage boy, both of them?
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably want something.
It depends on it. Older one, his tastes change a lot, so it depends on if he's in a sushi is awesome phase right now.
So they have names, yes?
Yeah.
Interesting. What did they hunt?
Okay, it's clearly a culture clash here.
I am confused.
It's just, you know, I don't, I just, like, he looks befuddled of, like, how explain thing.
They hunt good grades, I assume. They hunt grades. Puma?
Said more so than Darius, but I mean, he maintains what he's got to stay on the field hockey teams.
He hunts a ball.
But the ball is not a worthy prey for a name.
His name isn't Ball. What do you think their names are?
Names are as you might say, title that represents a part of you that stands out. Back from where I'm from, you do not get a name until you have learned enough to go through your right.
Usually in bigger towns and cities and towns in general, a name is given to you at birth to identify a person. So it's easier to
But
say who's who.
what if they die?
And they die. I don't understand the question.
I need to think more on it.
I feel like I walked back in at a weird time.
We still haven't decided on a name. And we're working on it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not expecting you all to name it right away. Just mentioning that you could name it if you wanted to.
We're also debating on the nature of names.
The
Yes,
nature.
how did you get your name?
My name?
Yes.
Well, mostly my parent gave it to me. My
This
mother
is so-
specifically, since I don't really have a father.
This is so weird.
Well, technically speaking, my name is Alec Krista, not just Krista. The Ala part I earned. It's kind of a title in my family.
Oh, what did you do for it? What did you hunt?
Knowledge. I gained the ability to cast practically every spell known to man.
Wow. I can't imagine how long that must have taken you.
Probably less time than most people. Took me about 22 years.
Was it the energy drinks?
Oh, I don't sleep, so yeah. I don't even trance.
That, given Ryphon's family makeup, that wigs him out here.
Yeah, I have some problems when it comes to sleeping. I can't close my eyes.
Physically?
Yeah, I don't have eyelids.
Oh. Shit, sorry.
Has no one given you a headband?
This is probably a bit of a weird thing to explain to people without context. I don't have eyes.
So then why would not having eyelids be a bother?
Well, I can't close my eyes. I can never not see.
What? Oh, okay. So how do you see?
I can sense the magical signatures of things around me. It's kind of why I've been relegated to mostly do research here. I got affected by an anomaly a while back, and then ever since then I've kind of been stuck on site as opposed to being able to go into the field anymore.
You can get affected by an anomaly? I thought it only happened while you were in contact with the anomaly. Bleh.
Well, normally. With the normal levels we deal with, that is the case. With resonant divine level anomalies, well...
And she actually reaches up and pulls her glasses off of her face.
They can affect you somewhat poorly. I have to get this uploaded into Roll20 to make a handout for the sake of the stream, but I went ahead and uploaded it to the mugshot channel on the server so you guys can go ahead and see it.
Oh, wow.
So, would an anomaly be able to affect a mechanical being?
I don't see why not. They do affect some of them. I mean, it's not impossible. Anomalies can affect anything that is inanimate until they get to a certain level of power, in which case they can start forcing their effects onto things that are animate. This is why we have the different levels of threats. It's based on how much they can actually affect the world around them.
So the higher the threat, the more likely it is of spreading?
It's just the more... Yes, it's the more they can affect the world around them. It's the reason why things like resonant divine level threats...
At this point, she puts her glasses back on.
It's the reason why they have to be taken so seriously, and we have to ensure that they are not given a chance to grow in power if possible.
What would happen if someone were to be infected by one of these anomalies with
and for the actual game.
Yeah. What happened if someone gets infected with a very powerful anomaly? We'll just keep going.
It depends entirely on the anomaly. Every single one of them is different.
What was it that did that to you?
It was a risen level threat. But to be honest, I don't necessarily know if I want to get too far into it right now.
You know what? That's fair. We only just met you today.
We haven't even gone to dinner.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead. I have one of the civilian transport cars that we have on our registry.
Is this why you can't drive?
No, I can't drive because I can't look over the steering wheel and use the pedals.
But we've already established that you don't need to be able to look over the steering wheel.
No, I can't see through things.
Oh, well, that's a little
Especially-
disappointing.
Well, I can see through some things, but if I actually wanted to be able to look through a car, it would have to be made of wood and like natural hewn stone. Most cars are made of plastic and fake leather and steel. All of those are things that stop the flow of magic.
Wait, that hide was fake?
Coco, did you eat a car seat?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. Some of it
Auntie-
is, some of it is, some of it isn't. Depends on the car.
I did not eat it. Once I found there was not meat, I stopped eating.
I mean, theoretically, you could make a car out of stone and wood.
You could, but I don't have one. And then I'm also still too short.
You could have a go-kart made of stone and wood.
Well, then I wouldn't need one because I could. Listen, can one of you drive or not?
I can.
Thank you. Let's go get
The question
sushi.
should be, can anyone drive well?
Hey,
Which the answer is probably not.
listen. If we don't crash, it's fine. If we do crash, it's still mostly fine.
We just need to aim for Kovgum.
No.
In the car. I'm confused about why. But I don't want an answer.
I am confused as well. And also, we are wasting time when we could be getting food. Let us go.
Yes, let's go.
Alright, just point me at the car.
You actually head outside the building now. Pretty much the way you all came into it. There's like the main. This time of day, it would be around 5 to 6 in the afternoon now. Like, it's starting to get dark in the city. Not quite to the point of it being, like, actually sun's down dark, but it's starting to get there. Especially considering the time of year it is. But yeah, she leads you out to the parking lot next to the building where several nearly identical civilian cars are just parked. They all just appear to be normal. I mean, nothing remarkable about them. The type of vehicles you would see anywhere on the roadways. However, she does lead you all to one that is an SUV.
Question:
Because-
do punch buggies exist in this world?
Question, do you want them to exist and why?
I don't know if I want them to exist. Well,
Then the answer is maybe.
okay, cool.
Alright. Yeah, she leads you over to them, quickly fishes around in a bag that she has on her side, and hands you a set of keys, Ryphon.
Okay.
I actually know where...
actually know where this place is, so I can guide you along the way. I just can't. If I want to use the pedals, I can't see over the steering wheel.
Fair enough. So I guess that means you get shotgun.
Yeah.
We are giving her a weapon?
It's an expression. It means she's sitting in the front passenger seat.
Kovkum, I'm surprised you know what a shotgun is.
They're used for
What-
hunting.
One of the men who traveled with me, he would use a shotgun.
Oh. Okay.
She just sort of shrugs at that. Right. But yeah, she hops into the shotgun position, the front passenger side door.
Yeah.
You watch as she like grabs the lever on the side of the chair and it slowly elevates itself upwards.
Why are you gonna call me out like this?
You're not 4 feet tall.
I'm still short. I have to do that. Although
Yes,
how-
because every time I have to get into the car on your side and I don't know it's raised up like that, I consistently bash my temple on the side of the door.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. You didn't choose to be short when you were born.
Dude, if I could even just be 2 inches taller, I think my life would be a touch easier.
Probably. But you're a bit beyond the growing years.
Unfortunately.
It could happen. You could suddenly
no.
develop 2 inches of height.
Hey, if I could be 5'4", life would be a touch easier.
That's fair.
I don't know, dude. Planes would be more uncomfortable. Not that it matters now.
It could matter in the future. Anyway, back to game.
So, everyone just loads up. This is a much more comfortable vehicle for you all to fit into because it is a fair bit larger and has 2 rows of back seating.
Just imagine Kovgum gets the entire back seat because his tail takes up the other seat.
Oh, we won't be so cozy anymore. Whatever
I mean-
will I do?
And if you actually want to be cozy, you can all squeeze into the back seat together, but I don't know why you'd want to.
No, I was just being sarcastic.
I know. I'm
Zara-
being serious to match your sarcasm.
Zara, are you okay? You've been quiet.
Yeah, I've just been kind of here. Honestly, I've only been half paying attention. I'm aware that we're going to get food, and I'm pretty excited about that, though.
Alrighty.
They are talking about this sushi. Do you know what sushi is?
No idea. Wait.
Well, let's just go.
Yeah, alright. Just tell me where I need to drive.
Alright then.
So she's actually going to make the guidance check, but if you could still make a survival check just to see how your actual driving is.
Okay.
Right, she is assisting you, so
So would it be advantage or...
yeah, so it'd be a 17.
Okay, cool. Whew.
And she rolled okay on her direction check. So it takes a little bit of time, mostly because at one point she gets confused between one of 2 potential turns you have to do and gives you the wrong one the first time. It doesn't take very long to correct though. And before too long, you all find yourself going onto an off-road, off of the main city road, and to a large, almost glass-encased building. On the outside, you can see a giant neon sign depicting a prawn that's just scuttling its little legs via the sectioned lights.
Alright, we're here.
Let's get some grub.
Alrighty.
Eat.
So I can kind of tell that Zari and obviously Zari and obviously Kovgum haven't tried this type of place before, but have either of you eaten here? Alright then.
By the way, just so you all can know, the actual name of this building is called Crawl Daddies.
Nice. Also, Ash, should I close the
I
picture of
destroyed it.
Krista now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I've killed her.
Oof.
That's the return for earlier in the session with your weeaboo commentary.
I regret nothing.
Alright then. Do we want to take a quick bio break, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's take a quick bio break.
Need to pee, need to check dog.
You're okay,
Al needs to quit dying.
Need to expel the demons.
Did Shrimp Daddies get you that bad?
I was in the middle of a food.
A food. I understand this.
In the middle of
And
one singular food.
And it also reminded me of the one video I saw of an ex-Mormon calling God Sky Daddy.
Give me your gummies, Sky Daddy.
No. No.
That's what you say when it rains.
No.
By the way, there is a badge for the followers of the Holy Thibault. Give me a minute.
I'll be right back.
Alright. No more Holy Thibault.
Degenerates.
You gotta appreciate that absolute territory.
Degenerates.
I never said I wasn't.
You've probably listened to Ken Ashcroft before.
Of course I have. Culture, you know?
Yeah. Culture.
There we go. How's y'all's days been? Goddamn.
My day has been alright. I offloaded the second full-size truck of this week, and we surprisingly got it all to fit into our tiny back room.
Oof.
And my managers are constantly screaming about us not being able to get productivity in line with what it should be. while ignoring the fact that we've had to offload 2 full-size trucks with half of our crew not present.
Oof.
Should
I'm
have
back.
them help you out.
Not like
Uh,
our actual, not like my actual like direct managers, but like our district managers who aren't present in the store and are just like, "Why are your numbers down?"
Of course. The assholes.
They're normally all right, but sometimes they're annoying. Actually,
Sometimes they're all left.
yeah.
Sometimes they all left. They are no longer in the store.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got to be at work at 6 a.m. tomorrow on a Friday because freight.
Cause fuck you.
Oof.
Disgusting.
You hate to see it.
And then next week, I'm probably going to be working overnights all week. So we'll have to
What
see how
sleep
sessions
schedule?
work.
Gross.
What sleep schedule?
But yeah, I'm going to have to work overnights all week because we're actually going to be remodeling the front of our store. And rather than having professionals come in and do it, we're having associates do it.
That's a little questionable.
They at least have a professional electrician coming in.
That's like the bare minimum, dude.
Literally the bare minimum.
Yup.
What's been really annoying is the fact that said professional electrician called and had a skylift brought into our work 2 weeks ago. And said skylift has just been sitting in our back room taking up space that entire 2 weeks.
She's vibing.
Someone managed to get it to move before we had to do truck stuff this week, and I don't know how they did it because we didn't have the key for it. And you can't just roll the gosh darn thing.
You just hotwire it.
Pure rage.
I think someone probably picked it up with a pallet jack,
Pure rage.
but I can't say for certain if that is the case.
They hotwired it.
Hot wire.
I can't be the only degenerate that knows what ABO is.
No idea.
Oh,
I think you are.
I mean, at least Danny knows what it is. I wish I didn't.
I feel like I do, but at the same time, I don't know if I know it by that word.
Alpha, Beta, Omega. Like, ever heard of the Omegaverse?
I've got the feeling this is a topic.
I
that
don't
should come
think
up on
that this
stream.
is, yeah,
Oh, we're just
because
talking
I've
about
had one exposure to the Omegaverse, and I don't think I should talk about it in friendly company.
Well, I never said anything about it. I'm just saying that I know of it, and I wish I didn't.
Anyway, changing topics. My day was okay. Ended up having like 50 to 75% of my day just be meetings.
Oh god, I hate when that
Yeah.
happens.
But I am confirmed for a raise next week, which is nice.
Hey, nice.
Raises are
So-
always nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
And my tax return should be coming in soon.
Money.
That is also nice.
Yeah, it's all gonna go to Windows though.
Hey, at least it means that your money that you're earning during the normal time doesn't have to go to Windows.
Portion of it will.
Ah.
Like
Do you
I
need
still
to-
have. Sorry.
Do you need new windows or something? Or what are you getting that like insulated or something?
These windows were original with the house,
Okay.
and the house is about 40 years old.
Okay.
So
Update.
I decided that I wanted to get new windows in.
Okay.
and I had its new windows scheduled back in August.
Oh, rest in peace.
And they're still talking about there being delays, so I'm not going to be able to get the doors replaced right away. The doors have been also ordered, and the entire order came to like $21,000.
21.
Yes.
Damn.
If I heard a word of criticism from your mouth about me buying $500 headphones,
I don't think I've ever questioned buying $500 headphones.
well, now you're no longer allowed to question buying $500 headphones.
I mean, I can question it.
Yeah, but you don't spend $21,000 on Windows.
No.
It took me a second. It was after Armor started talking about it that I realized Windows is in the building.
House windows.
And
Yes, not the operating system.
I was like, why are you spending that much on a OS, Armored? Are you making an entire computer network in your house?
And if you're
No.
making a computer network on your house, why is it running Windows?
For the
Yeah,
meme.
Out of all of us here, Armored is the one I would not question making a computer network in his house.
Either me or him.
Yeah, we're both nerds, but the reason being is because I want things to be more comfortable in this house that I'm going to be living in for potentially the next 15 to 20 years.
Are we talking about Windows?
Yes.
Is it cool?
Yeah, these windows have massive draft.
Yeah.
And I also can't open them in the summer because the bug screens have bent and warped and they don't protect anymore.
I don't see why you would want to open them in the summer. Not when it's 40 degrees.
I mean, like summer at night.
Oh, I mean,
To provide one pleasant breeze.
dude, we really live in the worst places for temperature. You hate to see it.
And also, I'm getting both my door and note. It's not just windows; it's also replacing doors, which doors themselves cost a couple thousand per.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the door.
I'm getting fancy ones with wrought iron inserts.
Cool. To prevent any break-ins that happen.
I mean, also they just look fucking fancy.
Alright, cool.
It's raining.
I adore the sound of rain and thunder.
We recently got a tin roof put on our house.
Oh my god. Sounds great.
Yeah, rain on a tin roof. Few things are better.
Thankfully, my dogs aren't afraid of thunder. Which is weird, because all of my other previous dogs were afraid of thunder. They just bark at the thunder. As if that will change anything. Yes.
Bark.
But yeah. Yeah, I should have adjusted some stuff about initial money. You bring up the question of the why does Kogum have $500? I mean, the legitimate answer to that is probably he found it.
Kogum, where'd you get this money? I stole it.
Where did you get this money? I found it. Some random guy dropped it and started screaming down the street.
I was more implying that maybe he found it whenever dealing with the pirates and stuff.
I stole it.
Fair.
I fucking stole it.
Also,
What you
for
got to
reference-
say about it?
For reference, this is the what's going to be my front door.
Look at that fancy as fuck thing. It got like a half-heart corset-looking thing on it. Put that metal on your chest, it holds your bazingas up real nice.
Mhm. I don't know about that.
Okay.
I guess it depends on the corset. Some you might need more support than others.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't know though.
After session, I can tell you some about corsets because, like, I study fashion history.
Yeah.
Just
She'll
like,
fill you in real tight and good about corsets.
yeah. But that can be a thing to be done after session because, you know, Strem.
Fair enough. Ah!
Why
Why
scream?
did you lick me? How dare you lick me?
Ah, pupper.
I hope.
Poker.
Okay, good.
What would
We don't listen. I don't want to know.
It could be a cat. That
Still
would
don't
be
want to know.
creepy. It could be a lizard. That'd be
A
cool.
Wolfgum?
A people.
Kokum, we've told you not to eat people.
That
I
includes
don't-
not licking them.
I'm not eating, I'm just tasting.
That's not much better, Kokum. Alright, are we ready to get back into it?
Yee.
Alright.
Oh, hold on. Give me like 2 seconds.
Done.
That hits you good. Am I drinking? That's not a question I'm willing to answer. Is it sour? Yes.
So the answer is yes, you are.
I said it's sour. You don't know what the sour belongs to.
Dude, you could be
I
drinking
ingest-
straight
I
up
ingest
lemon
that.
juice.
Yes, I actually have a bottle of lemon juice in my room
See,
that
my
I do
point
take
stands.
sips of.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I enjoy sour. All right. Al, I heard you said you were stepping away to do something. Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good now.
All right. So, as you all enter the front door of Crawdaddy's, all right then. Someone's ready. Is no one else here? Al just let out a huge burp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was you, Ash.
No,
For once.
that's not what my burps sound like.
Fair enough.
I didn't get to the mute button fast enough.
It's fine. I just stopped and just like, all right then. Take a second to appreciate it.
Armor's already used, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, going through the front door of Crawdaddy's, you all are immediately greeted by a hostess. Typical fashion, asking you how many you have in your group, and you're led to a table with menus set in front of you with various sushis and other forms of fish dishes on display. There's even very notably crab and such you can order here, though it seems to be a bit more on the pricey side.
How does this particular place operate? Do we just do we have a piece of paper that we write it in, or do we just say whatever we want?
It looks like right now you're in just like the stage of picking what you want. If you guys just want to say what you would be ordering at essentially a seafood sushi restaurant, it'd probably be found on the menu here.
Is it all you can eat, or are individual things priced?
You actually have an option to either go through a buffet, or to basically elect to take a buffet course, or to order individual items.
Just
I feel like Kovgun would probably be familiar with the word buffet by now.
Just Kovgum looks at it, then looks up at Sorry, just to remind myself, Krista.
Yep.
Just looks up at Krista. Which option gets me the most food?
For you, I believe that would be this right here.
And she actually points towards the very bottom of one panel of the menu, where it is denoting a challenge.
Oh,
It is denoting the spicy prawn challenge.
Knowing that
I
that's
will.
there, knowing that that's there now, I totally can see Ryphon eyeing that up.
yes.
I'm not super big into it because I don't like eating to the point of gorging myself. But I've seen a couple of people do that while I've been here before. Essentially, you get 30 minutes to eat as many prawns as you can, and if you can break the previous record, your meal is free. If not, then you essentially have to pay, I think it's like...
And she, looks through the menu some to try to find the amount.
looks like you have to pay... Well, not a terribly large amount. You have to pay 5 silver for every 10 prawns you eat, and apparently the current record is... Ugh. The current record is 60. I don't know if that's because of pure stomach capacity or because spice, considering they are chili fried prawns.
I'm just picturing. She comments on basically all you can eat prawns, and just everything after that. Kovgun's just been hearing.
His brain
Yes.
just flatlined after hearing that food was option.
Yes, I will go with that.
Alright then. That'll have to be something you'll special order, and I'd probably honestly recommend sitting at a different table from us if you're gonna do that. You can also just order those spicy prawns if anyone else is interested in them. I have had them before, they're pretty good, and they're pretty hot, honestly.
I'm not interested in the challenge, but spicy prawns, hell yeah.
I don't blame you.
I'm kind of lacking some materials, so I think I'll just go with the mussels. Hopefully they'll let me keep the shells. You don't know what beautiful things they can make with abalone.
I mean, fair enough. I don't think they'd be opposed to it, as long as you ask them first.
Yeah.
I just imagine it's less food waste, or less garbage they have to throw away. No, I think shells in this place end up getting ground and recycled to make animal meal.
To make things go boom boom.
Well, don't mention that part when you ask them. Because I'm pretty sure they'll say no then, and they might call the cops. But I didn't hear you say that. Alright then. I think I'll just go with a crab roll. That sounds good right now. We're gonna have tea too.
Well,
What about you, Zai?
He's just kind of like staring at it.
Yeah, there are pictures.
Sorry. There are pictures in the menu as well, so it's not just like words, descriptions. What are these things? You see like a lot of depictions of various fish-topped plops of rice. You would know what rice is.
Mm-hmm.
But just like fish-top plops of rice that's been rolled around, contents that it has listed off to the side, though not all of the pictures are necessarily super easy to understand what they're showing you. Then there are like large platter meals of just like getting whole roasted crabs brought out to the table, whole roasted lobsters. And there are options to literally just order like cooked and baked fish as well, though they're kind of expensive since this place seems to mostly deal with small portions. They're probably pretty tasty. Yeah, like one of the options is actually just labeled as baked salmon, and the picture beside it is literally a whole salmon that has been flayed open and looks to have been roasted over a fire.
That's like what we've had back home. How much is the salmon?
Getting the whole roasted salmon.
Yeah.
Let me look. Getting the whole roasted salmon looks like it would be 30 silver.
Okay.
While the others are looking over their menus, Ryfon's gonna check his phone to see if there's been any messages from the boys on if there's anything else that needs to be picked up food-wise.
There actually is.
Mm-hmm.
There is a text from Sebastian saying that you can almost like hear it in his voice as you read it out. Just Darius doesn't seem very confident in this, but he wants to try it if they have just an avocado roll. Apparently he wants to try doing something healthy. And the healthy is in quotation marks.
Ryfon will just text back, fair enough, I'll see what I can do.
You just get texted back a little thumbs up.
Yeah.
Alright. So what all would everyone want? I know Kovgum wants to attempt the spicy prawn challenge, which is going to require rolls. But what about everyone else? Zari said he wanted to get the roasted salmon. You said you wanted to get mussels, but you didn't say how many. Or do you want to know how much they are individually?
Yeah. Do you have to order them individually, or do they come in? Like,
You can order them. You can seemingly order them individually in this restaurant, or you can order them in batches of 6 or 12. Or there is a large size order where you can order them in a batch of 50.
Oh my god! What are the prices?
For a single, for a single one, it is because doing the 100 to 1 conversion. For a single, it looks like it is 1 silver. For 6, it is 5 silver. For 12, it's 10 silver, and for 50, you get them for 25 silver.
I'll take the 50.
All right then. Speaking of someone with some experience watching people eat actual oysters and mussels, I know that's actually not that many.
It's not that many.
But based on where I live, that's actually fairly normal pricing. It can get kind of expensive.
There's a restaurant downtown. It's a restaurant on top of a restaurant. You go to the restaurant on top, and they give you like all you can eat mussels, and they come in buckets, literal buckets. And that was my favorite.
I cannot imagine that. That does not sound pleasant to me because I've never liked shellfish that much.
Gimme.
Dude, it was like one of my favorite places to go as a teenager because I had a pretty big appetite as a teenager.
I mean, I have a huge appetite. I just don't like shellfish.
I will eat a lot of things.
I have to be careful because my stomach can only digest so many things.
Oh yeah. You
Alright.
want to hear? You want to hear something fun?
Well, we're playing the game right now, so
Yeah.
probably
sorry,
save
go
it for
on.
after.
I have
Alright.
to be careful because I am allergic.
Yeah, that's fair. Alrighty then. So, oh, and Rafon, it looks like sushi rolls, pretty much each one of the sushi rolls that your kids want
Mm-hmm.
are going to be 8 silver apiece.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't hear what you say. If you said what Rafon wanted.
He would at least want to do just a regular order of the spicy prawns.
All right. Just to get a normal sized order of them, which would be 6 of them, you can get that for 6 of them would be for. Yeah, it would be 4 silver.
Okay, and you said it was 8 for each of the sushi rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
I might take-
because I know
I might-
how this character eats.
I might take back the gold conversion thing because I forgot that platinum exists.
It's all good, dude. Don't we can figure this out after session.
I mean, silver would still essentially be a $1 bill.
Yeah, fair.
Gold would just become a $10 bill.
Yeah.
And
Platinum's a $100 bill.
the
We'll talk about that after session.
yeah.
It doesn't affect anything right now.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm trying to remember things. Like he would get the firm, like the 2 roast rolls to go, the spicy prawns, and I've written what this character eats before because he's a character from my own like personal writings. I do. I'm just bleh.
Just blanking a little
Like,
bit.
what it is exactly.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, it's if there's like an equivalent to a dragon roll.
You have to remind me exactly what's in a dragon roll.
It's
Can't remember off the top of my head.
the one I go for at the play. It's usually just like the inside is avocado, carrot sticks, and cucumber, and then it's topped with like several different kinds of fish.
Mm.
And it's
Okay, yeah, I remember
it's
now.
like very messy on the top, but they're so good.
It's not called a dragon roll, but you can find something that would be roughly equivalent to that. They have them topped with multiple options. Either a vegetarian option for the whole ensemble, where it is topped with avocado, or just a sauce. Then there are the more meaty options, which are topped with actual sashimi, and then the most expensive option present is one that has been topped with roasted eel.
Okay, he'd be going for the sashimi topped one.
Alright, that would be the same as what your son's got, so another 8 silver.
Okay. Alright, so I'm bad at math. I have to actually use a calculator to do the subtractions.
So, that's all good.
Did I hear someone die for a little bit?
Just
That's
a
what it
little
sounded
bit.
like.
For some reason, I have a
You know how-
glass jar underneath my desk, and I just kicked it.
Oof.
Ow.
and it like jutted my toenail back into my nail bed for a little bit.
Oof.
Ow,
I'm
ouch,
fine.
ouchie, my foot.
Ooh.
It's one of those things where it's like momentary intense pain. Pain is gone.
Right.
Or rather, pain is not gone, but my brain has stopped registering it as pain because it realized it is not injured.
No, that sounds right.
Alrighty then. You good with your math?
Yeah, I got my silver amount taken care of.
Alrighty.
Cool. I got paid and I immediately spent it all on food. That sounds accurate.
You didn't spend it. You didn't.
You didn't spend it all on food.
Yeah.
You spent like less than a third of it on food.
I spent all the money I just got on food.
No, you
The
didn't.
day is still young.
You got 3 gold until I changed the system of currency after session, maybe. That's
Okay.
still essentially 300 silver.
You're right.
So you spent a tenth of it on food.
That's right.
I'll probably, because I actually do remember that platinum exists now, because I never used platinum in any of my other games, hardly.
Platinum is $1,000 bill.
No, platinum would be $100 bill, probably. Again,
We'll talk about that after.
That's fine.
Alright then. I think I'll get a roll myself. They also have tea complimentary with every large order, and I think we'll be qualifying for a large order, so whatever y'all want, look, they should be able to give you. I think I'll go with a jasmine myself.
Oh, I wonder if they have that smoked tea my dad likes.
What do they call that again?
Oh, you're gonna make me
Forgot
have... I'm terrible at pronouncing it. I think it's Lopsang Suchong.
that. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, this is an oven-run establishment, so they typically have a lot of that stuff.
Tea. I don't think I've had that before. Might have.
Ew.
I don't know.
I feel like you might have, but I also don't know. I recommend you just drink water with what you're about to do to yourself.
Or something with a dairy.
No, he's a lizard. He can't drink dairy.
Dairy.
But just don't worry about it, Kovgum. If you drank milk, you would have problems.
alright, so you all place your orders, they're taken, and after 5-10 minutes, they're all brought out. Yeah. You essentially just get brought out a large tray that has been stacked with ice to keep your shellfish cold and ready to be consumed, as well as a knife, several lemons, and just a full shaker of salt, if that is such your desire.
Do you know what? That's not how you eat mussels, but okay.
I have eaten them before, and I was served them with either Tabasco sauce or literally lemon juice and salt.
Ash, are
nothing
you
of oyster.
confusing mussels with oysters?
Yeah,
Maybe.
that sounds like oysters.
Wait, then I am getting confused. My brain has been picturing oysters this whole time.
No, mussels are hot. You have to cook them.
Well, forgive me, I've been confused then.
It's alright. I was just.
Okay, Ash, mussels are the little small shellfish that kind of have like the oblong shaped shell and they're dark in color on the outside.
I've never eaten mussels before.
Ah.
I have eaten oysters before.
Our Armored posted a couple of pictures in game chat for you.
Oh, I was just looking them up. Oh, okay. Okay, that is a completely different thing. Seeing that, the price would change.
Alright.
Sorry, I was picturing an entirely different food stuff.
Yeah, no, when you said like counting them, and I was like, you usually don't count, you usually weigh them.
Yeah, sorry. I was confused.
It's alright.
Listen, I don't claim to be an intelligent person. I just claim to be a person. Sometimes.
And sometimes you're just a dice goblin.
Actually, no. Out of everyone here, I'm the least dice goblin. I'm a
Really?
proponent. I'm a proponent for the fact that you only need one set of dice.
Blasphemy!
I mean, I also only have one set of dice.
I mean, I have more than one set of dice, but that's purely because it was bought as like a group thing for the family. Yeah. Still, I don't even roll dice. Alright, then yes, you could get aforementioned bucket of these things.
Thank you. Bucket.
What was the price I told you previously? Do you remember?
25. Silver.
You could probably get aforementioned bucket for like 10 silver instead. Sorry about that. I was picturing the completely wrong food. I don't know why. Probably because, like I said, I've never eaten mussels before.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I understand why you don't like oysters, though. So, but when you said you didn't like mussels, I was like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yes, at least I'm not that bad. I won't
Yeah.
say to what degree.
Yeah, no need to. Yeah, you're not that bad.
I know the difference between a cookie and a brownie.
Wait, there's a difference?
Depends.
Harris.
I mean, legitimately, depending on how you bake the cookies, there's sometimes just a difference it feels.
I mean, brookies are a thing for a reason. Anyway.
Yes. So, all of your food is brought out. It is nice and fresh. Some of it hot, some of it not. And Kovgum, they wheel out an actual table next to the one you're sitting at. It just has a large pot on it, from which there is this incredibly spicy smell coming from it. You're essentially told that this large pot currently contains 30 large prawns. If you could eat this and still continue going, they will bring out another pot, and so on and so forth until you can no longer continue to eat. Also, I was incorrect before. The previous record was 75. I looked at the wrong part of my notes. So someone has previously gone through 2.5 of these pots.
I shall consume.
Yes. They set this large pot on the table before you, as well as various diningware that you do not understand the purpose of. Like a bunch of plates and these little paper squares. It's just, none of it makes sense for you. And they also
Sorry, keep on. Oh.
and they also place a timer on the table as well. And they're essentially waiting for you to open the lid for them to start the timer.
Are we gonna need protection from the...
We should be fine as long as we stay on our side of the aisle. I don't think Kovgun will cause too much of a splash zone.
This is gonna be entertaining.
Kovgum Just looks up. The food is in this, yes.
Yes, sir. As soon as you open that lid, we'll start your timer. You can consume as many of them as possible, eat as many of them as possible, then you can drink the contents of the broth as well as you so like, though it is entirely up to you. But as soon as you've finished all 30 prawns within there, we'll bring out the next pot.
Yes, okay. Kogum is going to then lift the pot lid and immediately dunk his head into the pot.
Alright. Alright, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Alright. 15, you're starting out real strong. You're just digging your face straight into the pot. You're getting this weird burning sensation on your head right now, but it's probably just because these are still hot. I should probably play slightly more exciting music.
No, chill jazz is perfect for as he's going through the worst challenge of his life.
You mean
Perfect. Alright then, Kovgum. You're just burying your face into this pot of soup that at first you didn't really think was going to be hot, but now that your face is in it, it's kind of hot. Little skin burny. They're not stopping you, though. But go ahead and roll for me a D12 to see how long it takes you to get through the first pot.
Just a second.
Actually, this would be a D8 because you didn't fail the check. Too bad. Or you succeeded the check decently is what I should say.
Just a second. Had to refresh roll 20 and it's now bugging out on me.
Uh-oh.
Punch it.
Download more RAM.
Not everything is solved by downloading RAM.
While we're waiting for him to get back in the game, I just have one question.
Yes.
Is the spicy prawn dish spicy enough for Ryfon's toast?
I'm gonna roll a check for the shop.
Okay.
What would you say Ryfon's taste for spicy would be? At a DC if you had to set it.
I don't know how to set DCs. I just know that he eats habaneros as if they were bell peppers.
Yeah. I guess the difficulty there is Ryfon's spice tolerance.
SSL handshake failed.
Oh,
That
goodness. Oh, no.
Roll 20's having some connectivity issues.
Oof. That's not good. Having rolled this number now, I'm gonna say the spiciness level out of a 1 to 20, it's probably around an 18. So it's without any special modifiers to make their hot hotter than it should be. It's pretty good for rifle.
All right.
Got a decent kick to it.
All right, and if that means they take the spicy seriously, so the spicy crab roll should hopefully be spicy enough for Seb.
Yeah. Armor, do you need me to roll for you?
Yes, please, because I am not getting in.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll a d8 right now. Alright, so 7 minutes in, your face is burning. It's not super fun. It actually tastes pretty good, but it's hot. Way hotter than it should be.
And
you're also eating them shells and all.
Like, shells and all, he's fine with that. It's more the fact of how potent the smell is.
Yeah, and you're only getting so much of the smell because currently your nose is in the soup. But you're keeping going. You used up your first 7 minutes. Is he gonna want to try to keep going?
Yes.
All right then.
He hasn't finished the pot, so yes.
Well, the 7 minutes is by the time he's finished the pot.
Oh, then. More. I can eat more.
Alrighty then. Oh, his sheet isn't loading for me either.
Oh goodness.
Oh wait,
Oh.
no, it just loaded.
I'm just getting in now, so.
Alright then. If you think you can, go ahead and make the next Constitution saving throw. The DC, it now climbs.
I'm gonna need you to make the check. I'm stuck on roll 20 is loading.
Alright, got a 16. Got a 16. That is just barely a pass this time, though, so I'm going to roll a higher die. See how long this takes him.
So, how many crocodiles did you think he'll actually manage to eat, huh?
Alright. They bring out the next pot. It takes a minute or so for them to bring out the next pot, so you've lost a total of 8 minutes before you get back into it. But you're determined the second go through, and even though the spice is starting to really, it's making your nose run in ways you didn't even know your lizard nose could run, you're just like, big mouth. And you just start,
Give me more food. Yes.
you're like, the hunger combined with the fact that now the food is challenging you, you just start taking huge bites out of the next pot.
The hunger.
And somehow managed to down it in just 2 minutes. The cook that is bringing these out for you looks a little concerned.
More.
Doing okay there, buddy?
More. I shall not be eaten by this food. I shall consume.
The hunger. When you're
The
a
cook just-
when you're a hungry boy.
After a very confused and alarmed second, the cook just nods and moves back to the kitchen. I want to find a GIF real quick. This is all I picture when you said more.
Yes.
Oh god. I hate it.
For context, anyone who watches this, it's the game Grumps, and they got one of those dental inserts that keep your mouth open, and they're just shoveling food into Aaron's mouth.
I'll delete that.
Hate it.
Oh, I'm finally back.
Okay. There's also one where someone video crushed it, and his face his eyes slowly start expanding, his mouth slowly starts expanding, and his nose disappears as he screams more. It's the funniest thing to me for some reason. Alright. You're managing to keep it up, but at the moment you're getting the feeling like it might get a little too much for you if this burn doesn't start going away. Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
24.
But you keep up with it. Go ahead and roll for a D10 this time.
6.
All right. You've passed the halfway mark, and you've completely consumed a third pot. You've definitely beaten the record at this point, but do you want to keep going? You're at the 17-minute mark.
This is a challenge. I shall not fail. More.
Chef. The chef nods, retrieves another pot. You're at 90 currently. Alright, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw. Unfortunately, this one will be at disadvantage, because you're starting to get kind of full.
Yeah. That's still an 18, which is still impressive.
It is technically a fail, but it's not so much of a fail that you lose in a violent manner. It is still technically just counted as a negative check. It's going to eat up a bunch of time.
That's fair.
Go ahead and roll a d10 for me. We're going to double the amount on the 10.
2!
Alright.
So that's 4 minutes.
Yep, that's 4 minutes. You're starting to get to a wall, and your face is starting to run liquids from which you didn't even know you had. You didn't know you could sweat, but apparently you can? Or maybe it's something else, you're not sure, but it feels like you're sweating. Record scratch at the end of the recording. There it goes. Alright. At this point, you'd be at the 22-minute mark with the next minute to bring it out, assuming Kogum wants to keep going. Alright. Another disadvantage Constitution saving throw.
19!
Alright. You've still not quite climbed down to the point where you've utterly lost. So again, this is going to be a D12 roll because you've lost the threshold by quite a bit. And it will also be doubled because you did not pass it.
So that becomes a 10, which is 20 minutes exact, or 30 minutes exact.
Alright. So you managed to finish your one, two, three, four, five. You managed to finish your 5th pot of super spicy prawns as the 30-minute clock rings. You lift your face from the bowl. The air burns. The air burns your scales. You do not know the sensation.
At this point, he's been half running on just primal instinct now. Just lifts his head from the pot. And then just flops into the chair, almost breaking it.
Meanwhile, the rest of you have had a pleasant meal.
Yeah! Yeah, we've just been eating and watching this.
It's a little gross, but at the same time, it's fascinating. It's like a train wreck. It's horrible, but you can't look away.
Kogan leans over. See, how much of Zari's salmon did he eat?
I mean, at this point, it would more or less be gone.
Yeah, 30 minutes of eating. It got brought out at the same time you got brought out your first pot, so...
He's just going to point it...
Sorry.
With that in mind, I was just going to say, like, I should have said so earlier, but Ryfon would have ordered the rolls for his kids to be brought at the end so that they'd be as fresh as possible.
You ordered them to go, so they're not going to bring them out until after you guys have essentially told them you're ready to leave.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
Kogum is going to look over to the side. He looks completely out of it, but there's still, like, panic and instinct in his eyes. Just points over to you, Zari. Points at the bones. You gotta clean that.
I think he's spice drunk.
Yeah, no, do you want them? Is that why you're asking?
If you are not...
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
I mean, maybe if the bones aren't that spicy, I mean, it might help calm him down.
Krista just very quickly does like a little gesture with her hand. And then, Kovgum, you just feel like a cold breeze blowing against your face, and it helps a little bit. You don't know where the breeze is coming from, but it's pleasant.
If you're not going to claim it, then I will.
Kovkum. Kovkum, look at me.
Yeah.
Hun, your belly, it's...
And she just points down towards your stomach region.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a food baby in there. You shouldn't put anything else in there.
I cannot let food go unclaimed.
Then I will take the bones. You do not have to worry about it.
You could make a wonderful broth with those bones.
Oh,
You should just sit down and try not to start breathing fire. Oh, there it is. His breath is going to be horrible when we get in the car again.
Are there no mints at this place?
I don't think it's going to help that.
We're rolling the windows down, boys.
I mean, if he can't have dairy, fresh air is probably going to be one of the best things to help him.
Yeah. All right. Well,
the food has been claimed, the prey consumed, and yet it still fights back.
Kokum, one of the chef that has been bringing you out the pots now is coming out with this little silver box that has like an eye on the front of it. Just says, "Smile."
Yeah.
Oh no! I slapped my laptop off my desk.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's fine.
Mayday.
Chromebooks are
Yeah.
surprisingly sturdy little machines.
It didn't fall. I caught it before it could fall.
Dude, I've straight up dropped mine a couple times. It's fine.
I know, but it was one of those reactions just like, "Oh no!" Grab as it's mid-fall.
Hey, they're
I-
expensive. That's a appropriate reaction.
I just pictured that noise actually was Kovgum's tail accidentally knocking over a pot.
Just the chef looks at you. It's just like, "All right, that's going in the menu. New face of the spicy prawn challenge. It's got 150 of them down somehow. Did not think it would get that big, but rules are rules. And also means no one's gonna beat that for a while."
I'm just picturing like 5 years down the line, we end up going back after all our adventures to this one place and we see Kovgum's face on the wall still.
Kovgum,
Like, I'm gonna do it again.
Kovgum, spice drunk, smiling lizard toothy face.
Yeah, I mean,
All right then. Well, at the very least, you all know that you don't have to pay for his.
yeah.
All right. I'll go settle up your tab and anything to finish off the meal.
Just make a little box for this, please.
Just can I get one more order of these prawns added on to my to-go part of my order, please? I think one of my kids would really like these.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, we had a whole other batch ready up in the back because we were expecting. All right. Well, yeah, I can do that for you.
Thank you very much.
How many would you want?
Just one extra order, please.
Okay, so another 6.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, that was 4 gold or 4 silver for that.
Yep.
Okay.
You did double the old record.
Yeah.
Yes, the old record was 75. Now I'm just picturing that guy coming back. It's just like, so how's my old record doing? Oh, it
Oh, I got
blown.
fucking demolished by a lizard.
By
Bruh,
how,
lizards.
by,
How much?
Doubled.
Jesus Christ, he doesn't exist! Not in this game, at least.
Ah, I get it.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the DC was?
Let me guess, 25?
It started at 14, went to 16, went to 18, went to 20, then went to 22.
Okay, so for the last two, he just barely got close.
Yeah. Like, you just failed them, thus is why you didn't outright fail the challenge. You were able to still keep going, you just lost extra time.
This boy's got a hearty constitution.
And a big belly! He's not going to need to eat for a while.
Oh no.
However, he's going to regret this later.
Yes. Yes, he will.
Also, that is a perfect picture of Kovgum about to plunge face into pot. Alright, but you all get your to-go orders squirreled away.
He, now I'm just picturing he goes to leave, but he still has all of the broth on his face, and someone's just like, you want to wipe that off?
No. Never.
No.
It's mine. His head is just red. Kovgum's not normally red, but his head is right now.
No. Even better. What isn't red on his head is pink.
Pretty
Because
much.
he's normally gray.
He's shades of color he's never been before.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I refuse to believe that his face has never been red before.
It's probably never been red before. He's had no reason for it to be before.
I mean, it's been covered in blood before.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's something else.
that's different.
Alright then, well, that was interesting.
I won.
That you did, Kovgum. That you did.
You smashed that fucking record, my dude.
Alright then, okay, note to self. Don't tell Kovgum about eating challenges. He will destroy them.
I resent that. I think that's the phrase. I am always ready to eat.
He ate about 5 per minute. 5 prawns per minute. That's almost 1 prawn per 10 seconds. Ah!
Yeah, it's one prawn every 12 seconds. Just about, really.
He probably didn't even chew.
Well, I mean, he's a lizard folk, so he can actually handle eating stuff like that whole. Yep. I mean, I hate to be the one to point this out, I don't want to sound racist, but they don't really need to chew. And they don't even have teeth designed for chewing.
Why was there two bulls anyway?
Oh, I mean, one of those had a sauce in it that you could dip them in if you wanted to, but I don't think you wanted to. You seem to be fairly content with them the way they came.
Yes.
Hey, that side sauce was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's like a slightly spicy soy sauce. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to bring my kids here eventually.
He ate 3,600 pounds of meat. Wow.
That is not how much that amount of prawns would weigh, I don't think.
We've got a 12 full critical prawn. 150 prawns. That's a lot of prawns. That's a lot.
Listen, this is a D&D game. The logic of that doesn't need to make sense.
No, this is more just Alu freaking out at the logistics of it.
Pretty much.
I mean, legitimately speaking, the 75 was supposed to be ridiculous. The mere concept of eating that many prawns. That's a lot of prawn.
That's a lot of prawn.
They are actually more like rolling Kovgum out.
No, he's like walking, but doing like the dope.
The voice mod was still on and no one told me. But he's still walking, but he's doing like the dom da-dum 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 walk.
His tail just switching side to side to keep his balance like crazy.
Yeah. He's not going to need to eat again for a while. He knows it.
I would hope not.
Alright. Well, you all load up back into the car, keeping the windows firmly rolled down.
Before they get going anywhere, Ryfon's checking the car to see if there's a bucket he can put near Kovgum for in case it's needed.
There's like a little trash can between the front two seats console.
Gee, I wonder where you got that idea.
From every SUV I've ever been in.
Fair. But yeah, Ryfon will just grab that and put it in the back with Kovgum.
What is this for?
In case you get sick, you can throw up in this and not ruin the car's upholstery.
If ever the food fights back a little too much.
No. I am fine. This reminds me of time when I ate entire alligator.
Fair enough, just hold on to that to make me feel better at least, okay?
Like raw?
Krista looks back at Kovgum, who he himself somewhat resembles an alligator. Just a little bit.
I find that concerning on principle.
Is it a partial cannibalism?
It hunted me, I hunted it, I won, I consumed.
I've had alligator before, but I don't know if you can... Well, you're a lizard folk, so you probably can't eat it raw. Doesn't seem like it would taste very good raw.
No, it is much better when enriched with fire.
Did you at least skin it?
Well, of course.
Then I don't know. You seem to eat things disregarding whether they're possessing of an outer shell or not.
If it is of use, you skin it.
Well, prawn shells are of use.
Are they?
Yeah, gonna be used for fertilizer.
Well, that's fair, but at the same time, you can eat them. They're just not really recommended unless you have a particularly strong stomach. Especially if you're deficient in calcium and keratin.
I mean, if you're a tiefling, you can eat those and bones. Hi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tieflings do actually have to supplement their calcium diet with actually eating bones. I always forget that.
Yep.
Of
Huh.
course, you could also just take calcium supplements, but...
I can get away with just eating something that has the bone in it a couple times a month, because points to teeny tiny horns.
Fair enough. It's like how, since I'm an elf, I actually have to consume ridiculous amounts of sucrose-based calories.
Yeah.
That's what?
I have to eat a lot of sugar.
Oh.
Does the type of sugar matter?
Mostly natural sugars are preferred. Some artificial sugars are actually almost poisonous for us, or at least can cause pretty bad allergic reactions.
Hmm.
It's mostly things like dextrose and fructose that aren't very good for us.
Yes, I guess a lot of the gummy candies that humans like are not very good for you then, huh?
Yeah. I guess you could say the no-calorie.
She says with air quotes.
The no-calorie sugars aren't very good for us.
I've heard stories. I don't think they're very good for anybody.
They're really not, but some people want sweet without calorie. And I don't understand that.
I once recall having a friend of mine try to make sugar-free caramel.
That's
Yeah.
not how that works.
Is what I said?
Caramel
took a
is
while.
just sugar.
Is
And
what
milk?
the definition. I told him that caramel is just burnt sugar, and he said that he's making caramel but without sugar. And I'm like, that it's not caramel. And then
What
he just
is
mentioned
this?
it's a soda.
Kovgum, we'll let you try it later.
Okay.
I'll also have to find a way you can try caramel that doesn't involve milk.
Caramel usually doesn't involve milk. Caramel is just burnt melted sugar.
I know, but a lot of things you can get that are caramel or caramel, and that does involve milk.
I was about to say, I grew up hearing the difference being it's caramel if there's milk involved and just caramel if it's just, sugar.
Yeah. Still, it's a little hard to find something. Either way, yeah, elves need to eat a lot of sugar.
And she just pats her belly.
I'm only a half elf, but I still abide by my elven heritage.
It is always good to consume.
I'm gonna roll the window down back there for you so you can get some fresh air.
Alrighty then. So, heading your way back to the station, because I assume that's where you all would want to go,
Mm-hmm.
just to disperse again.
Yeah.
Easy enough, no need for a roll.
Yeah.
You all can just get yourselves back to the station, considering this place is not that far away from the station to begin with.
Yeah.
Parking again. You can make your way back inside, find yourselves back in the front area.
Alright then. So, if y'all would be interested in actually taking part in that investigation, it's entirely up to you. You can report back here around 5 p.m. tomorrow.
I.
And then we should have the briefing and everything ready to at least give you a better idea of what we'll be doing.
I would like to partake in the surveying.
Well, I figured you would, Kovkum. Alright. I don't know if any of you all have prior engagements, though, so if you are still interested but you won't be able to make it, just let us know. We can try planning around that. This is essentially just going to be the briefing to try to figure out our particular areas to target for investigation. That information can be relayed to you at a later point.
I mean, I should be able to. I mean, Boss Man seemed pretty flexible with me doing this. And that would be after my kids get back from school, so I can, make sure they're all squared away and all that before heading over.
Alright?
The only thing I have planned is just a whole bunch of studying and research, and that is very flexible.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it's kind of why we're here, I guess. Doesn't really make sense to skip out on it.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't know all of your current employment information. I just know that, specifically, because Ryphon has mentioned it, he's employed elsewhere at the moment as well, so we're trying to be a little bit flexible to make sure that our workers can still maintain somewhat normal lives outside of this profession.
That's fair.
Well, alright then. Keeping that in mind, I will then guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Nope.
Yep, be safe on your way home.
Okay.
Night to you. Or
You all get good rest. Be strong for tomorrow.
I'll try.
Yup.
Though you can't see what is behind her glasses, you can almost feel the slight eye roll.
Dad instincts kick in. Ryphon just goes, rest and sleep are two different things.
Yeah. Trust me, I hear enough of that from my brother.
Oh, good. You already have somebody telling you that.
Yep. Leon is very pushy. Also, I hear it enough from my wife.
Sounds like you got people looking out for you. That's a good thing.
Yeah. They just need to understand that I actually don't get tired. At least not mentally. Physically, I can get exhausted. Very easily. Alright then. Well, as said, hope you all have a good night.
You as
I'm
well.
gonna keep analyzing the item.
Yep, and at that point, she just turns and heads back. Probably to the research bay, if you had to assume.
E.
Y'all can head back to your various places of living.
I'm just now imagining Kovgum goes to the barracks of Ada, given that he doesn't really have a place.
I guess
And-
would Alu also be in the barracks?
No, technically, Alu would be not in the Ada barracks, but actually with the brain is completely blanking out. You live actually in the northern part of the Central District, or closer to the northern part of the Central District. Actually, in essentially what is the workhouse of a garage. As part of the people you were working with before associating with Ada.
Mhm.
Essentially, the boss man you used to work under is letting you bunk in his house until such time that you can get your own place. Alright.
Hmm.
I actually don't know where not Zadi is supposed to be staying, because I don't remember if we ever talked about that.
We didn't. I didn't really have a whole lot for my character.
It's fine.
But as I was saying, just picture Kovgum laying in the barracks, mouth open, and practically gassing half a significant portion of the room.
Oof.
Alrighty then.
The whole room is just a full bunch of pepper spray.
Basically, at that point.
Alrighty then. I have to roll something real quick.
Oh boy.
Alright then. Let's cut this music. Ryphon,
Mm-hmm.
on your way walking home, you can't help but to feel a little unnerved. I'd also ask if everyone other than Danny can mute themselves for the moment.
Oh boy.
Just so there's no background sound. There's something about the air of the city streets right now that has you on edge. And it's the most bizarre thing. Because as you're starting to notice that, you realize there's no one else out on the streets right now. That's a very bizarre sight, considering it's not even near the midnight hours yet.
Okay.
What would he be doing in this occasion? At this point, you're probably about halfway to your home.
Definitely he's keeping his wits about him. And he's... I'm assuming that noise is supposed to be in-game.
Yes.
Okay.
A strange staticky noise is the only sound he's currently hearing in the city streets around him right now.
Are the ADA badges and their function up and running?
Do you try to speak into your ADA badge?
Yeah.
Alright. You do so, pressing your finger on the back of the badge, attempting to speak into it. You did not get any response back, though. I'd like for you to make a perception check, please.
Okay. Piss!
That sound is coming from a lot closer than you would have thought it would be. It seems to be coming out of your pocket.
Like the pocket he keeps his phone in?
It would seem so.
He's gonna take his phone out and look.
On his phone screen right now is just white noise. A staticky film being played with that accompanying sound. Just that constant occasionally blinking in as the... Although your actual phone does not have tubes in it, as what would be the tubes display random streaks of pink, blue, green lights flashing through them.
Definitely gonna need to get that looked at.
I would say so.
Ah!
Your eyes snap away from your phone instantly as a tall individual is suddenly standing next to you, walking alongside you. Though they do not have a head, in place of it, there is just a large, old-style TV monitor.
I can't say I've ever seen that sort of thing before. Or maybe I have. Who knows? Ryphon, is it?
Yeah.
Very curious. Well, I do hope you have a safe trip home. Wouldn't want anything, nipping on your toes, as it were.
The figure just sort of, after saying that, just strolls ahead of you, still walking seemingly, but the pace of it each step seems to be far elongated from what it should be, until it vanishes down a corner alley. The monitor turning to you one last time, displaying on it an almost caricature of a face in the static of the screen.
Do keep things interesting after all. Who knows? Things might not be very good if you don't.
Okay.
You sort of blink for a second and find yourself back on the city street as it's supposed to be. People, though not a terribly large amount of them, walking around you. And cars actually sort of just idly strolling their way across the road, as it were. Strolling's not the right word for that, but you know what I mean. You don't know what that was, but it was weird.
Yeah.
The rest of your way home is uneventful. And knowing that the next day you all be able to start on your first proper investigation as Ada, rather than a random call-in report, we're going to end off the session for tonight.
Yee. I'm guessing it was a random roll that chose me then.
Yeah. I rolled a d4 to see who would get followed.
That'd be weird for Cove Gum to get followed.
Just appears in his window, just like, how you doing?
What's up?
You are interesting.
All right, then.
Also,
I am glad I don't have a nose.
Oh boy.
All right, but session's over.
Alright, and does anybody have anything they want to shout out, announce, chill?
Screech.
Can I screech?
You can always screech. We can't stop you. Your actual either your actual audio cut out or you muted yourself halfway through the screech.
It probably peaked.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
But
well,
I don't think so.
alright. And I believe we are skipping session this Saturday.
Yes, we're not going to have a session this Saturday, just due to we're basically going to be having a check-in, making sure everything is going smoothly with the game. It's necessary sometimes. For anyone who plays D&D, always keep in mind, every so often, we probably should have had them more often, but you need to have a sit-down where you just check in to make sure everyone's still enjoying the game and hear their concerns and questions about what's going on.
Yee. And it doesn't hurt to just, hang out.
Yeah. Friends first, D&D players second.
Yee. Alright, so with that, no session this Saturday. If schedules allow for it, the next time you'll hear from us is next Thursday at or around 7 p.m. EST. And if that doesn't work out, then the Saturday after. It should be good to go. And, Oh boy, that'll be the session we play before my birthday.
Yee.
So if you don't see us Thursday, you'll see us Saturday. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Go to sleep.
Okay, well, good night, everybody. We'll see you when we see you.